Warriors new week, new title for the show. Since we do it here at 6:30 or a minute or two before, it's going to be opening bell with market tells. Okay, and they're going to be technical, the market tells, and also knowing about correlations and teaching it. So that's the name of the show. Thought we'd give it a theme because that's the kind of work I do. So I'm just waiting for this to light up for TradeGateHub. Invite you all to visit TradeGateHub. It's free. There's some good traders, technicians in there that you could, share ideas with. So let's go to work. Very quiet day in FX. We're still in this range in the euro. Let's start with the currencies. My bigger ideas for the week, towards the end of the week, is in risk. In S&P and some of the MAGA stocks that have rallied pretty dramatically from that 4,800 S&P level. So it's not just a feeling. I'll talk about some of the things that bothered me on this rally. I didn't buy the market down there. Instead, I bought WTI, which, had a nice run. It didn't have the same beta as, say, the S&Ps did, but, pretty much similar directions, right? So right now, that's what WTI is railing on risk. Economies perhaps recovering. So let's get to euro at first, which is displaying more weakness against the pound. As you could tell, pound's really strong, up 45 on the day. And with that going on, euro is unch in this little triangle or shoulder where we could pop out, maybe we'll pop out this way first this week. If it happens and we say we get to 4.5, maybe symmetry with this left shoulder up here, which was 114.73. That'd be about 100 pips from here. We'll look at that for additional shorts. We're already short from here and have covered and are protecting at BE. So let's give the trade some room to breathe for a while. Yen, you have a little bit of a give up, but I believe that there's going to be another leg that could take us back to 46. This was a 400 pip rally, 300 if you committed back over the overthrow there at 41.20. So you should have taken partials, protecting the remainder with BE stops, and perhaps, since you took something off, you might want to recommit down around this 142 level, see if you could get further action to the upside. The dollar targets remain unchanged. I'm still looking for par and a half to 101.5 back at these lows here. This is about 101, par 80. So we'll see if we could get up there this week. Maybe we do with the market rallying. Since the market didn't like a weak dollar, maybe it'll like a strong dollar, and we'll get some of the markets I need more upside before I commit to buying puts. I'm eyeballing Apple and NVIDIA. So we'll get to that in a minute. I just wanted to also talk about yields, which I'd say the majority of people are saying that's it, and Powell came in and said, we'll provide liquidity. So a lot of people are looking for lower yields. I've even heard people say that the 2-year is going to collapse. Maybe that's going to happen. Maybe we'll finally get that weak jobs number on Friday. That's really going to be the big market mover for what happens to the markets is jobs. We get a weak number. Maybe that acceleration will take place. But, right now it just looks like ABC, and we'll see what kind of news we get during the week and whether we're just going to roll over and break. It's mid-range. It's a tough call, but I am buying some TLT puts today. Okay. We got up to 89. Maybe there's going to be, I said, I thought we could see 89.70, which we didn't get to. We got to 89.20, 89.70 is halfway back. And here's this moving average and it's up there at 89.5. So we'll see if this 200 could contain it. I look at this as a flagpole. I'm covering up what the title is, because if I don't, I'll start saying, well, what if I'm right in the S&Ps and they sell off and we get a flight to quality? You don't want to be short bonds. I'm just going to trade it like it's its own individual chart, has nothing to do with anything else. And what is the price action and pattern recognition telling me? And we had did the Fed fix it by coming in and saying they'll provide liquidity down here at 85.19? It definitely saved the market from this important level. And under 85, there's going to be comparable to the yen taking out 140. So this is going to be a big trade if you just looked at it as, say, like a flag. Okay, let's look at it as some kind of flag here. And here's your uptrend. Here's your higher low. And you're moving sideways, correcting the straight line break, right? So you could take it from 94 to 85. That's 9. A breakdown under the flag is going to give you 9. It's going to give you about 78, 77, which is going to be a new low and pretty high yield. So that would be most likely with the shorter end not going up as much, and continuation of yields not inverting, but doing the opposite. So that's one trade that was put on. And here are the candidates that I'll be looking for late this week, early next. And why don't I start with Apple? Okay, Apple about unchanged on the week. It's had a nice recovery. Let's do it off the daily. Okay, let's get big picture about it. So, for a long time I was looking for 170 Apple. Okay, and that's exactly what we got on this smash. This was the day of Liberation Day. So it liberated a lot of Apple longs from being long. What I don't like about it, and here's one of my reasons. I didn't say to buy it. I can see the potential for the S&Ps to make new all-time highs and us to have a melt up, but this bothers me. And this has been my edge for a long time, just knowing what the RSI was telling me. And that is not a bullish RSI pattern. There is no divergence. Uh, the reading was, what was it? 19. Okay. So there's a market that's rallied off just extreme oversold conditions. I have a lot of confluence up here on this line and this moving average up around 220. So that's where I'll look to start putting it on. 61.8 is 225. So if it takes another week or so up there, that's possible. That's one of my short candidates coming up. And the other will be NVIDIA, which doesn't look complete to me. It's coming off today, but I'm thinking that we could maybe rally if we have a quality, this being A, this being B, and now we get a C up towards this moving average, 24, 25. That happens going into early May. I'm thinking there's at least a big break in early May based upon sell in May and go away, and people that felt trapped are going to have a chance to get out. There's quite a few MAGA stocks that don't look great. Here's Amazon confirmed down here. This looks like this could just be an ABC. Google did diverge. It's one of the few, a little bit here, but one heck of a break and not much of a recovery. 175 is going to be tough. 182 back to the breakdown is going to be tougher. The only one I'd avoid on the short is someone said this was gave us a 5-wave count to complete, that Microsoft could be complete. But the two I'm looking at besides the Qs would be Apple and NVIDIA, but not here from higher levels if they achieve it. So that's a wrap, everybody. Steady dollar, still looking for 101. before we trade lower for one more washout towards 96, 117 euro. So we're going to be looking to cover shorts and reverse and get long. The euro is one of them. And we'll see if we get a chance to trade counter trend in Canada. I believe also we have a BOJ meeting. So stay on your toes. Uh, keep a journal. A journal's important so that you can see what you did right, what you did wrong. And that's going to be a wrap for me today. Good hunting the rest of the day, and don't just count your pips.